Today's little gem that I wanted to share with you is all about soul contract. What are they? And here's the thing, it's time, right? It's time to act on your soul contract. But before I dive into this, maybe some of you that are on here, maybe, you're fully aware of what a soul contract is. Maybe you already know what your soul's purpose is and what that contract is for you. But I'll give a little bit of a background. We all have come into this life with a purpose, with a contract. There are things that we have come here to learn. There are things that we've come here to do. We've brought with us particular talents, gifts, and abilities to help us fulfill on that purpose. But here's the challenge, right? We make that contract before we incarnate into this lifetime. But as babies, we don't arrive with this notarized contract to say, hey, this is it. This is what I'm here to do. This is my life's path. This is my purpose. This is what I've come here to learn. No, we don't remember it. And that's our goal in life, is to remember why we're here, to remember who we are as powerful spiritual beings and the gifts that we've brought with us to fulfill on that contract. And if you think about it, probably one of the most scariest journeys that you'll ever do is that first journey that we make as babies, where we come into this world, we can't speak the language, we're naked, we're vulnerable. Man, oh man, it must be pretty terrifying for those little babes that come into the world. But here's the thing about our contract and about our life. We're, as infinite, immortal, spiritual beings, we've incarnated into a physical body and a physical reality so that we can experience the contrast of life, of what it's like to live in that physical reality. And so we learn and we grow through contrast. But here's the kicker. A lot of us don't want to experience that contrast. There's highs and lows. That's the contrast, and when we're stuck and confused, or we're on a certain track in our lives, sometimes it can be really scary to change lanes, right? We're like, well, I'm not sure it's the right direction. I'm not sure I'm supposed to be doing this. But what's driving that? What is driving you to want to change lanes? And it's likely something deep inside of you that's calling within you to make that shift. But oftentimes, we're like, well, I don't really know what my contract is. That was me, 25 years ago. But our contracts are there for a purpose. We've come in here to learn, to grow, and we grow through our life experience. Here's the thing about our soul contract. If we don't do the work to figure it out, and I'm going to share with you a very quick way that you can do this. For some people, it may take them their whole lives and they may never figure it out. But if we don't figure it out, how contracts work, right? You have a contract. If you're a builder and a contractor and you have a contract, if you don't fulfill on that contract, either there's going to be penalties, or you're going to have to keep showing up and doing the work until you get it done. And this is what happens for us. Those penalties, well, they could show up as little kicks in the pants, to get us on track, give us that kick up the butt to kind of move us, to shift us, to jolt us out of where we're at, to get us on path and on purpose. Or we just keep coming back and we keep having to learn those same lessons. And how boring is that when you have to keep coming back and doing the same old, right? The best thing to do is to find out, to figure it out. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my soul contract? What am I here to do? What are the gifts that I've brought with me to fulfill on that contract? And what are the invisible blocks? What are the things that are getting in the way? Any contractor will do that. They'll look at the lay of the land and they'll figure out, okay, I need to do this. This is where we're going. This is what we need to do. These are the next steps. These are the potential barriers, the potential blocks that we need to be aware of. And we can do this too. I have a very powerful masterclass, Clarity Now. And in the space of 4 hours, you can get that contract figured out, right? And have an awareness of where you want to go, what you truly value in your life, what is your soul's purpose and calling, what you value most, and the steps you need to take to get there. And very importantly, what are the invisible blocks? What are the things that are standing in the way, that are preventing you from living the life that you truly desire? And also, beautifully, being able to connect with and know who supports you in the realms of spirit. That is so powerful too. And this masterclass, I've been facilitating it for over a decade. I've mastered its delivery. It's so powerful. I've had clients, that you will walk away with a whole new level of clarity on what you truly want and the invisible blocks that are preventing you from manifesting the life you desire. And with clarity, you can change the things that you can see, right? You need to know where you're going to map a plan to get there, and Clarity Now will give you that in just 4 hours. So excited about that. Don't get stuck. Don't be confused. Don't let the whole notion of soul contract be, that's something that I need to go see a psychic, or I need to go see, I don't know, some Akashic Records coach to figure it out. You can figure this out. Like, who better to talk to than your soul? Why involve an intermediary when you can do it yourself? You are infinite, immortal, spiritual being. Of course you can do this. Of course you can connect with your spirit and soul. Of course you can figure out why you're here and what you came here to accomplish, right? It's totally doable, totally possible. And my Clarity Now Masterclass gives you the tools to do just that in just 4 hours. And for me, why I'm so passionate about the work that I do is that it is all about putting the control back into your hands. It's about removing the intermediaries. You don't need to see a psychic, be a psychic, pay a psychic a bunch of money to tell you a whole bunch of stuff, when you actually can open those lines of communication directly with your spirit, with your soul, with your guides, guardians, and ancestors. They are always with you 24/7. They're waiting in the wings, and it's on you to open the channels of communication, to speak to them, and to allow them to guide you, because the minute you do that, your life's going to become so much easier, so much more clear. You're going to feel supported. You're going to feel way less stressed because you're making the right decisions. I don't get stressed, upset about stuff and if I do, then it's because my conscious mind's taken over. But the more I lean into my spirit, my soul, that part of me that's infinite, immortal, and eternal, that knows the answers, I don't have to worry. I don't need to sweat the small stuff because the answers are there. Totally. I've got a terribly itchy eye. Send you lots and lots of love, blessings across the miles, across the ethers. Yeah, here's to a remarkable future. Blessings and love. And bye for now.